Kentucky is beating Kansas by 16 points.
What?
I don't know if that matters to you. Kentucky is winning by 16 points.
Whoa.
Second announcement. Hey, second announcement. The final round of the National Debate Tournament for college is happening as we speak. The two teams that are debating in it are the top two teams in the country this year, which is surprising. And they're from Northwestern University and Georgetown University. And I think, personally, I'm friends with two of the four people. But I don't know the other two very well.
Scott, can you talk about how debate continues in college level?
Sure. Lots of people go on to debate in college, and it's pretty similar to high school, except in high school there will normally be a round or two that you just pretty handedly beat someone, but everyone in college is very, 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 very competitive. So your rounds are very close in all debates. And at the end of it, at the end of the 5 days, we'll give you a little pep talk as to why you should do high school and college debate. For instance, I have a friend by the name of Seth Gannon, who debated for the Wake Forest University. Junior year, he won the national debate tournament. His senior year, he lost in the final round of the national debate tournament. And the top 3 or so college debaters each year are awarded an internship to a think tank organization called the Center for Strategic and International Studies. And very good internship. Like automatic admission to good law school. Or good PhD school. So, that's my spiel. Want to make a lot of money, do debate.
You have a question from a parent?
Yeah.
So what kind of form have they used today? Policy, popular?
Most college debate is policy debate. And
Policy or parley?
And parley. Most scholarships that you're going to find in college are eventually going to be policy debate scholarships, but that doesn't mean that you can't do another form of debate and not get a scholarship.
One of my Lincoln Douglas debaters at Celebration High School, a young lady by the name of Tara Tedrow, won 3 different national titles in LD. And she was the first LD debater to get a full scholarship to do policy debate in college when she got a scholarship to Wake Forest University in North Carolina, which is a very, very fine, small private school. I'm trying like the Dickens. One of my public forum debaters from this year is having a conversation with the debate coach at Dartmouth. And there may be something, if that could be the case, I don't know that he would be the first PF debater, but he'd be one of the first PF debaters to go on and do policy in college. So the skills are, an argument is an argument, and the skills are certainly transferable. There are other, by the way, there are other leagues in college. If you go to some colleges, they might be a member of the American Forensic Association, where there's their own little league of schools who are members, and some of them debate a form of policy, but it doesn't have critiques. It's more classic policy. And then in college, LD debate is actually one-person policy debate, and there are some schools that do LD. So the terminology gets confused sometimes and convoluted in college, but there are options. But the primary circuit is what's called NDT, or its corollary is CEDA, C-E-D-A, and the two of them have merged, but they still hold their independent national tournaments. And they're not exact carbon copies, but they're certainly similarities. And most of the schools go to both of those tournaments. And what they're debating is policy as we're talking about it here today.
Mike, can you also talk about TOC?
Sure, TOC, in high school debate, there are 3 national tournaments. One of them is called TOC, which is Tournament of Champions, which is held generally the first week in May, although this year it's the last week in April, at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. TOC is a tournament where there's a policy debate division, there is an LD, Lincoln Douglas debate division, there's a public forum debate division, and there's a congressional debate division. And this year they're actually starting invitationals, which will become divisions, competitive divisions going forward in original oratory and extemp. And I know some of these students have written original oratories. So what happens is that throughout the school year, virtually every weekend in the United States, there are debate tournaments. And yes, I said tournaments. And through the course of the year, there is a calendar of what we call national circuit tournaments, where the same group of maybe 80 to 100 schools attend. Based on how many schools attend these invitational tournaments, that tournament is awarded TOC bids. At some of those tournaments, you have to make it all the way to the final round to get a TOC bid.
Like the one that I run.
At some of the tournaments, if you make it to the octa-final round, you get a TOC bid. As you go through the year, you need to have a minimum of 2 TOC bids to get an automatic invitation to debate at the TOC. There are only 72 teams allowed at the TOC. Every year, we're short a little bit of the 72. That'll give you some kind of idea about how few bids there really are out there. Plus, like my top team has 6 bids this year. And they needed none because they all qualified because they were in the finals last year. Okay? So we all come together at this tournament at the University of Kentucky last week in April. And we have 8 preliminary rounds. And I'm sorry, we have 7 preliminary rounds. And the top 32 teams advance to double octaves. It'll be the top team versus 32, number 2 against 31, number 3 against 30, and so forth and so on. And it's from that point on, win, continue to debate into the next round, lose, you're done. So it's single elimination till we get down to 2 teams, which is the final round, and then the winner of that debate is crowned the TOC champion. The second tournament that's a national tournament is called Catholic National Forensic League, and it is a tournament that is sponsored by and organized by the Catholic Church, but it is open to any high school in the country that wants to become a member. You qualify to this tournament through local district tournaments. For example, in our district, we have enough schools who are members that the top 6 teams in each activity go to nationals. That is always held Memorial Day weekend, and the venue changes. This year we're in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Last year we were in Washington, D.C., and next year I believe we're in Las Vegas. Oh, that was approved, wasn't it?
Look, come on, you're only 11.
Hey, what you have to understand, I have a late-breaking headline for everyone. Las Vegas, is everybody with me here? Las Vegas is spelled L-O-S-T-W-A-G-E-S. Lost wages. And again, that tournament's the same way. There's preliminary rounds advancing to double octaves. The third national tournament is the National Forensic League, which is the largest group in the country. This is the one that you're going to be tying in with because they sponsor the middle school tournament, which is a national tournament. Once again, at the high school tournament, you qualify through a local district, whereas in our district, in the NFLs, the top 3 teams go in each activity. And they come from all over the country, the territories, and we have 6 preliminary rounds judged by 3 judges each. And the way you break to the double octa final round, which is actually you need to pick up 8 ballots from those collection of judges to advance to the 9th round. And starting with the 9th round of that tournament, it's double elimination. Once you lose 2 debates, you're done. You keep debating until, and somewhere around the 17th or 18th round, all but 2 teams have lost twice. So over that week, if you go to the finals, they're going to have 17 or 18 debates. And then the winner of that debate becomes the champion of the tournament.
17, 18 debates in how many days?
5.
5 days. That's still a lot.
Well, it is. That's not unusual because, and I mean, it's spread out because you have 4 the first day, 4 the second day, and then it's spread out a little bit. We went to the tournament at the University of California at Berkeley this year, where there were 8 preliminary rounds. Then there was, my top team made it to the finals, so they had 8 preliminary rounds. They had triple octas, double octas, octas, quarters, semis, and finals. 14 rounds, and then right before, the 2 days before that tournament was a round-robin invitational where they had 5 rounds plus 2 more. So we can hit some time during the course of the year where you're right, Ms. Chen, it's a lot of debates in a short period of time. That's what we do though. We love it.
That's why debaters don't sleep.
That's right. All right? Okay. Are we ready to start? Conditional counter plans, right?